Have you ever stopped to think about the impact that the actions of a single man can have on the history of the world as we know it? Today, we will talk about a person who changed the course of industry, education, and medicine. I refer to John Davison Rockefeller. He laid the foundation for philanthropy as we know it and has a history full of triumphs and controversies, proving that the line between genius and magnate is as thin as a check's paper. At the heart of this empire was Standard Oil, a company that began in a single country and spread across the globe, monopolizing the oil industry. But Rockefeller did not stop at the borders of oil. He envisioned a future where education and health would not only be privileges but universal rights. He created the Rockefeller Foundation, a pioneer in promoting public health and scientific education, and that was just the beginning. Seeking a world where devastating diseases would be eradicated, he also created the Rockefeller Institute for Medical Research, now known as Rockefeller University. The medical advances from this institute have saved millions of lives. Moreover, modern education owes much to Rockefeller as well. The General Education Board was a revolution in American education, promoting teaching principles that still resonate in our classrooms. But Rockefeller knew that change doesn't come if the purpose isn't truly strong and genuine. Through the Laura Spelman Rockefeller Memorial, he honored the memory of his beloved by investing in the causes she dedicated her life to. And finally, the University of Chicago, not just a higher education institution, but a beacon of research and innovation, founded on the belief that education is the key to human progress. John D. Rockefeller was not just a businessman, he was a visionary who saw beyond profits and losses, envisioning a future where prosperity should go hand in hand with the evolution of humanity. His story is not just an account of wealth accumulation, but a testament to the lasting impact that one person can have on the world. Wizards, are you interested in learning more about the man who influenced the world as we know it today? Then get ready to delve into the journey shrouded in mystery that was the life of John D. Rockefeller. John D. Rockefeller began his career working as a clerk for Hewitt and Tuttle Brokers in Cleveland, Ohio. It was in this initial position that he began to develop his skills in financial analysis and management, which would later become crucial in building his empire in the oil industry. It was in this early role that he began to understand the importance of keeping meticulous records, carefully analyzing expenses and revenues, and the art of investing wisely. This experience shaped his rigorous approach to financial management, teaching him to value every cent and to see beyond the numbers, anticipating trends and opportunities that others might not perceive. This was one of the reasons that would eventually lead to the unprecedented success of Standard Oil. Another vital characteristic of Rockefeller was knowing how to separate emotions from financial decisions. His choices were always informed by data and careful analysis of risks and benefits. This analytical, evidence-based approach is crucial in a world where emotions can easily lead to rash decisions or risky investments. Learning to look at the numbers objectively and make data-driven decisions is a skill that sets successful individuals apart from failures in the financial world. Furthermore, Rockefeller was a master at the art of reinvesting profits. He knew that true growth and expansion come not just from making money, but from knowing what to do with it. Wisely investing profits in new business opportunities or improvements in existing operations was a strategy he repeatedly employed. This reinvestment approach is an important lesson for anyone looking to build a sustainable business. It's not just about how fast you make money, but how effectively you use it to generate more. And this is inherently linked to diversifying your investments and sources of income. This diversification helped him protect his empire against economic instabilities and market changes. The lesson here is clear: diversification is crucial for mitigating risks and ensuring long-term financial stability. The ability to anticipate economic trends and adapt financial strategies as needed was one of the key factors for his enduring success. He was constantly learning, adjusting, and innovating, showing that financial management is not a destination, but a continuous journey. For those seeking success in business and investments, staying informed, flexible, and ready to adapt to market changes is essential. Rockefeller's financial philosophy was as solid as the empire he built. He understood that facing significant expenses was not necessarily a problem, as long as they were offset by even greater revenues. Rockefeller saw expenses not just as costs to be minimized, but as strategic investments that could yield significant returns. He clearly differentiated between frivolous spending and calculated investments. This mindset led him to make decisions that many would consider risky, but under his astute management, they turned into masterful moves that further solidified his position in the market. He didn't passively wait for revenues to increase, he actively sought ways to amplify them. Whether through market expansion, operational efficiency improvements, or innovation in products and services, his goal was always clear: to grow, expand, and dominate. His name is synonymous with business success, a personification of how strategic alliances and other growth methods can solidify and expand an empire. Rockefeller saw expansion not as an option, but as a vital necessity for survival and prosperity in an increasingly competitive market. He understood early on that for Standard Oil to dominate the oil industry, it needed to go beyond the operations of a single oil well. His strategy of forming strategic alliances with railroads and acquiring competing refineries not only increased his production and distribution capacity, but also solidified his market position, virtually monopolizing the oil industry in the United States. The use of franchises and other business models to expand Standard Oil's presence is another example of Rockefeller's innovative thinking. Although the concept of franchises as we know it today was not exactly the same in his time, the essence of expanding the brand and business through partnerships and strategic agreements was very much present in his strategies. He knew that to achieve exponential growth, it was essential to replicate the success of his core operation in multiple locations, while ensuring that the quality and standards of Standard Oil were maintained. Rockefeller also pioneered the use of innovative methods to overcome growth obstacles. His ability to adapt to restrictive government regulations, turning potential threats into expansion opportunities, is a lesson in resilience and innovation. When faced with the dissolution of Standard Oil due to antitrust laws, Rockefeller diversified his investments, expanding into steel, iron, and even higher education. International expansion was also an important part of his journey's strategy. He recognized that global markets offered vast opportunities for selling oil and derivative products. By establishing operations in other countries, Standard Oil not only increased its revenues, but also its global influence, a move that many multinational companies continue to replicate today. Now, stop and think about how someone like Rockefeller viewed their circle of friends, how they distinguished the real ones, and how they associated them with the business world. John had a unique approach when it came to business relationships and friendship. He firmly believed in the idea that friendships could and should be formed through business, rather than allowing pre-existing friendships to dictate business partnerships. Knowing that business demands a certain objectivity and sense of purpose that can be complicated by pre-existing personal ties, he saw business relationships as opportunities to align mutual interests, where trust and respect could be developed based on performance and integrity rather than personal bonds. An example of this approach was his partnership with Henry Flagler. Initially, their relationship was strictly professional, focused on expanding Standard Oil. Over time, however, a deep friendship developed based on mutual respect, admiration, and shared success. Unlike basing business decisions on existing friendships, which can lead to compromises and wrong decisions, Rockefeller sought to establish business relationships based on shared values, common goals, and a mutual commitment to success. This pragmatic approach not only avoided the discomfort and potential conflicts that can arise when friendships fail in the business environment, but also ensured that business decisions were made with maximum objectivity and focus on results. These friendships, forged through shared challenges, successes, and even failures, tended to be deeply rooted and enduring. He saw these relationships as a support network, not only for business growth, but also as a source of personal satisfaction and enrichment. When the United States government applied the Sherman Antitrust Law, deciding that his oil empire had become a monopoly too powerful, threatening free competition, culminating in the historic 1911 decision by the U.S. Supreme Court, which ordered the dissolution of Standard Oil into 34 independent companies. What at first seemed to be a devastating blow to Rockefeller turned out to be a masterful demonstration of resilience and the ability to turn adversity into a golden opportunity. Rockefeller did not see this division as the end of his journey, but as the beginning of a new era. He retained shares in all the derivative companies, which paradoxically expanded his wealth far beyond what it had been before the division. As these companies grew and thrived independently, the value of his investment portfolio soared. This moment of adversity turned into an unprecedented opportunity, diversifying his assets and further solidifying his status as one of the richest and most influential men in history. He knew how to keep calm under pressure, look beyond the immediate horizon, and see the potential that seemingly catastrophic changes could bring. His ability to adapt, while remaining true to his investment principles and long-term vision, is a testament to the power of strategic thinking and flexibility. His journey from a job as a clerk to becoming the leader of Standard Oil and one of the richest men in history is a testimony to the power of diligent work, impeccable organization, and maintaining accurate financial records in a time when accessing information and data was extremely difficult. He firmly believed in the importance of starting each day with a clear plan, dedicating himself entirely to the tasks at hand with attention to detail. This dedication to diligent work was not just a matter of personal effort, it was a philosophy that permeated his entire organization. He instilled this same work ethic in his collaborators, creating a corporate culture where diligence and commitment to excellence were the norm. He understood that in a business as complex and far-reaching as Standard Oil, the ability to keep everything organized was crucial. This meant not only physical organization of the company's resources and operations, but also organizing information, plans, and strategies. Rockefeller and his team developed systems to track the performance of different parts of the business, allowing them to make informed decisions quickly and adjust strategies as needed. He kept detailed records of every transaction, investment, and expense, regularly analyzing them to identify areas for improvement, investment opportunities, and possible waste. But what can we learn from Rockefeller about the mindset for success? Firstly, the importance of setting lofty goals. Rockefeller was not content with moderate success. He aimed for absolute leadership in his field. This aspiration was not fueled by a superficial desire for wealth or power, but by a vision of creating something enduring and transformative. For him, thinking big was the first step towards achieving greatness. Additionally, Rockefeller's determination to pursue his goals despite obstacles is a central aspect of his mindset for success. He faced fierce competition, regulatory challenges, and public criticism, yet remained unwavering in his mission. This resilience, driven by a belief in his vision and capabilities, is a reminder that success is rarely achieved without facing and overcoming adversities. Understanding the value of continuous learning and adaptation is another crucial point. In a constantly changing world, he knew that sustainable success required a growth mindset, open to new ideas and willing to evolve. This willingness to learn and adapt allowed him to embrace new opportunities and navigate market changes with remarkable agility. But why, even with so many criticisms and controversies, are there many people who admire and respect the work of John D. Rockefeller? The answer lies in the reputation he built, not only through financial success, but also through business practices that emphasized ethics, responsibility, integrity, and various philanthropic actions. In an era marked by ruthless business practices and sometimes questionable practices, Rockefeller stood out for his commitment to honesty and justice. This approach helped create a public image of respect and reliability, attracting partners, investors, and customers who saw in Standard Oil and Rockefeller not just a profitable company, but credibility. His personal brand was so strong that it transcended business, influencing public perception and opening doors for initiatives beyond the oil industry, including significant contributions to education and health. His reputation worked in his favor in various ways. In the business arena, it facilitated the formation of strategic alliances and the negotiation of favorable contracts. Socially, it positioned him as a thought leader and influencer, allowing him to shape opinions and promote positive change. And perhaps most importantly, in the realm of public perception, it helped navigate crises and overcome challenges, because even his critics recognized his qualities and the impact of his actions. Wizards. That was a bit of the story of the iconic John D. Rockefeller. We know that not everyone will be like him. We're in a different time. But the lessons he left behind are as relevant now as they were in his time. I want you to reflect on what we can learn from Rockefeller's life. How can we apply his resilient mindset, strategic vision, and commitment to ethics to our own paths to success? Are we prepared to face challenges with the same determination in our journeys? If you felt that this content helped you in any way, please leave topics you would like to see covered here in the comments. Until next time, Wizards.